Hello, hi, and welcome to EmpathicFire. I am your reader, Jay. Thank you for joining me for this weekly reading for the week of April 16th through the 20th. Thank you guys for showing up and watching this video. What I do here is I'm going to give you overall readings for your for your areas of finances, foundations, and careers in the bottom row. The middle row is going to represent love and relationships, and the top row, which I'll deal in front of you, is going to be health and wellness and your general overview. I'd like to get 3 cards for each row. One fell out there. The first card for the top row. Second card, nice and easy. Hope everybody's doing well, by the way. Hope the previous weeks were treating you well. Hope that Mercury retrograde didn't give you guys too much of a hassle. And in general, I think everybody's just enjoying life, right? It's good. If you'd like, you'll see timestamps in the bottom which go to each of the different areas that I'm going to be discussing. If you really only care about love and romance, or excuse me, love and relationships, you can check the description box and the timestamp will be there so you can jump right to it. Or if you're going to watch the whole thing, thanks for that. So just sit tight. I'll get this last one, please. Oh, a little jumble there. Last card first. There it is. Okay. How? Like that. Okay. All right. And we don't do a bottom of the deck for the general weeklies. What we will do is we'll get an oracle card later from the Goddess Guidance deck by Doreen Virtue. Can't talk. It's still technically the retrograde. I'm filming this on the 15th, so my words have been a little jumbled in these readings. Okay. Also in the description box, you'll find information about booking private readings with me, how you can set that up, what you need to do. You can also look in the description box for details about doing donations if you don't necessarily want a reading but just want to say thank you. And please like, share, subscribe to the channel. Feel free to comment below if any of these areas or any of these general readings and anything else you view on my channel resonates with you. I'd like to hear about it. That would be awesome. Alright, so finances, foundation, and careers. You've got the World card, 8 of Swords, Princess of Wands. Chapters ending, chapters beginning for some people out there with the World card. You know, that's usually end of an era type energy where something has been long-standing for a while and it's about to be shifted over into something else. Big energy shifts, usually with the World. So some of you might be seeing a new part of you might be expanding your business if you're a business owner. You might be taking on more projects. You might be making new financial investments. But whatever it is, it's not risky in the sense of, business risk. I mean, that's inherent in anything that you do with business or money and finances. But it's not risky in the sense of you don't feel like you're taking a big risk. Like there's the look on the woman's face there is pretty calm, right? Pretty contented. So whatever challenges that might be inherent in starting a business or expanding a business or, investing money, you're not really feeling that. I don't feel like there's much anxiety or like fear or trepidation involved in the World card, in the idea of the new endeavor, the new chapter that you want to go into. Where there is some anxiety, or there might be a little bit of a hiccup, is the 8 of Swords. And this 8 of Swords comes between the World card and the Princess of Wands. So whoever this is resonating with, I feel your energy is definitely in the World card. And it's also in the Princess of Wands card. And there is someone else or some situation, but mostly I feel this is another person who might be kind of raining on your parade or a little doubtful or a little worried for you, which makes sense, If you're getting into business, you're going to have friends, you're going to have family, you're going to have loved ones who are telling you, don't do it, or they're telling you, be careful. They're telling you, watch your back, dealing, if you're getting into business with another certain type of person that they may or may not like, someone around you is feeling anxious on your behalf, so to speak. Somebody else is like, I don't know about that. I don't know if you want to do it. And not even that extreme, like, I don't know if you want to do it. More in the sense of they're looking out for the details, whoever this other person is. It could be an aspect of yourself if there's nobody really, warning you about what you're trying to get involved in terms of business or finance, or even a new career, even a new job, or a different job, or a different aspect of your job, different job title, who knows. If it's not another person, it would be you, but like, because it's sandwiched between the World and the Princess of Wands, I'm not really feeling this as anything other than generic worry. Generic. I don't know why I'm using that word, but like, that's sort of how it is, right? When you're assured of something, when you feel really positive about something, there's going to be someone else who kind of rains on your parade a little bit. Not necessarily intentionally to kind of make you feel bad, but there's just someone who can't help but worrying, can't help but expressing how the situation just doesn't feel right to them, or it doesn't sound right. Are you sure? Did you double check the contract? Did you make sure? Did you talk to your lawyer? Did you talk to your boss? It's like that kind of repetitive, did you, checklist, going down the checklist, check it twice, check it 3 times, check it 4 times, that kind of energy. It could be you. It could be something that you possess yourself, but I'm not really feeling that strictly, because these two energies, I think, really kind of marry each other, so to speak. And you have the Princess of Wands on the other end. So the Princess of Wands would be equivalent to, I believe, the Page of Wands in traditional Rider-Waite decks and other decks. So there's just this desire, there's this drive, there is this like steadfast, like, look at those eyes, look at that face on that woman. She's ready to go. Confidence. Maybe a little naive, maybe a little immature, because it would be, a princess would be equivalent to a page, I believe. So if that's the case, that could be why someone else is like, oh, are you sure? Are you sure? Did you check? Because you are so, like, sort of wet behind the ears in the situation. But I don't really, because the World card is here, it's not really saying that whatever you're getting into is going to be positive or negative. It's just saying you're going to go through this new door, through this gateway that's opened up. You're going to take this opportunity and you're going to embark on this new chapter. Whether or not the success is there, not sure. But you believe it is, or at least you're focused on it, you're intent on it, you're passionate about it. So someone around you is just kind of asking you to keep a clear head, or be mindful. Don't get so wrapped up in the newness. Don't get so wrapped up in the idea that it's going to work out, because in reality, if you don't check your P's and Q's, if you're not looking at the details, you could find yourself in trouble. You could find yourself at a loss. So there's that potential there. So whatever the opportunity is, I think you're going to go for it. Whatever new endeavor that comes across your desk, you're going to take it up. A new job, a new position, expanding on the role that you already have in your company, whatever it is, you're like, yes, I want it. Do you have a plan? Probably. But the excitement of the newness might be like eclipsing that plan, or eclipsing your more logical or more careful approach. So just be wary of that, I'd say. All right? Let's move on to the second row and do love and relationships. You've got the King of Wands, you've got the Four of Wands, and you have the Death card. Major Arcana Death card there on the end. Some of you might be dealing with a Scorpio, or you are a Scorpio yourself. So what's going on? Love and romance. Love and romance. Well, yes, for some of you it might be strictly love and romance, but love and relationships, which don't always have to be romantic. Oh, balance is necessary. And balance is a goal. And someone wants it. but they've got to pay to get it. Okay, so some of you, King of Wands. Wands would be dealing with fire signs, so that would be Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. So some of you might be a fire sign, or you're dealing with them, or there's someone in your midst, or you yourself are behaving like the King of Wands. Now, who is the King of Wands? What does he do? Similar to the princess, because in the same suit, resolute. I have a plan, and I'm going for it. That desire that's in her eyes, it's in his eyes too. It's like a strong desire. And Wands is about activity. Wands is about creativity, creative energy. In terms of love and relationships, this could be lustful. So someone might be lusting after someone else. And I mean, if you want to get into the symbolism, that wand looks like a certain part of the anatomy. But the thing about the King of Wands, which is, I think it's interesting. The King of Wands often gets, I think it's the Knight of Wands, excuse me. The Knight of Wands usually gets a bad rap of being the hit it and quit it guy. The I'm here and then I'm gone guy. He's the he's a drifter in the terms of love and romance, or love and relationships. With the King of Wands, if we're talking about a love relationship that is romantic, he has the intent to stay, or at least give you the full boyfriend, girlfriend experience, because it doesn't have to be a man just because it's a king, right? So this person, if it's you, if it's someone in your midst, they have a desire for you, for a relationship, or to connect in some kind of way, and they want to do it in a sexual way, in a passionate way, yes, because that wand is very phallic, but the flower there, the flower, it's not going to be a wham bam thank you ma'am. It's going to come with a little bit of romance. It's going to come with a little bit of sweet nothings in your ear, and like long conversations over the phone, and you're sharing your deep dark secrets with each other, and your dreams and your passions, and where you see yourself in 10 years, and how many kids do you want, and what kind of dog do you want? I want a collie. Oh my God, I want a golden retriever, and you'll find a compromise on the dog. That kind of thing. And the sex would be good too. Or at least I would hope so, being that it's the King of Wands. I would hope so. So in terms of relationship or romantic or sexual attraction, that's there with this person. Whoever they are, if it's you or if it's someone you're interested in, or someone that you don't even know is interested in you, there's that desire there. But it's not traveling. It's not transferring is the word that hit me just now. I don't know what that means. It's not able to sort of progress because this death card hasn't happened. Like, you need to meet in the middle with this person. And I'm sorry if, this isn't hitting for anybody who's interested in love, even though this is the love area. Maybe you're just trying to find out what's going on with you and your roommate. So maybe you're really passionate about something, but your roommate has to go through some transformation or something there. That would apply to people who aren't really here for the love portion of the love and relationship section. But for those who this is more of a love thing, Four of Wands in the traditional tarot, in the Rider-Waite tarot, it speaks of balance, or excuse me, not balance. It speaks of a happy home. It speaks of foundations, right? Of getting together with someone and sort of plotting those next steps, which is kind of what the King of Wands wants, like I just described. But in this particular deck, that whole balancing act that this woman is doing on the one foot, arm and legs stretched back behind her with the bird flying above, and it's one person. In the Rider-Waite, there are two people in that card. Someone wants this balance, somebody wants this foundation, somebody wants to get together and sort of plot a future, but they're alone. They're alone in wanting this. Who they're going to build this new beginning with, we don't know. They're not there. They're not there. And her orientation is towards the King of Wands. So that would, to me, would scream that it's most likely the King of Wands who wants this, and the person that they want would be indicated by the Death card. It's not too scary. Don't be scared of the name. Death card of Scorpio. So again, some of you might be dealing with a Scorpio, or you yourself are a Scorpio. This person has been through the ringer, right? This person has been, beat up, hung out to dry. Not like in an abandoned way, not like in that Five of Pentacles. Yeah, Five of Pentacles? Yeah, Five of Pentacles out in the cold kind of way. Not like in that abandoned way, but they've been... I think this person has been through their own death, their own rebirth, right? It could be somebody who's just come back from something traumatic, some kind of... I don't want to say loss, like they've experienced an actual death. It could be true. But I want to say they've gone through something so life-changing, or they are going through it now within this time period. And I think they kind of don't recognize themselves, right? Because when we see the image of death, typically, it's carrying the scythe behind it. But death is usually fully cloaked. Like that cloak usually enwraps the entire skeleton. That is death. And many other cards will show death fully clothed, so to speak. Anytime something's not fully clothed in the tarot, we're talking about vulnerability. We're talking about newness, shedding old skin, shedding old ways. So this person is transforming, and it's been very solitary. Because in this card, there's only one figure. In the traditional tarot, you've got several figures. So there's something really deep going on with whoever you're interested in, or within you if you are representing, if the death card is you. And it's very personal. It's very deep. It's not easy. I mean, there's a broken sword there. There's a broken clock there. These tombstones are slanted and disheveled. So some of you might, literally or figuratively just come off the battlefield. You've been away on a mission. If you're in the military, you've been away for X amount of months or maybe a year or two, and you're home, and this person is happy to see you. They want to reconnect with you. They want to, show you how much they loved you, and they want to start on your family or reconnect with you in terms of family and building a home, but you're not necessarily out of this transformative energy. You're not that far removed from the trauma or the huge bulk of mess is how it's coming out. Just a mess. You've been involved in a mess. It's been hard on you. It's been trying, and you're a little tired, but the death card, and because it's a skeletal figure, it's not an actual human being, it's not tiring in the sense of you want to give up or you don't have the energy. It's tiring in the sense of sometimes, when you've slept or you've been through something that's so tired or that has kept you so busy or has taken all of your energy. Say you've worked a really hard day and you're tired, but when you get home, you don't go to sleep immediately. You do other things. You relax a little bit. Or you stay up later than you thought you would stay up. I know plenty of people who are I worked a 12-hour day or a 13-hour day, and then I go home and I'm awake for another 5 hours, and then I go to bed. So however tired this person is, they're not actually so tired that they're going to go into a sleep or a stasis or an avoiding kind of period or anything or a reflective period. I think they need to decompress before that happens. So King of Wands might not get lucky this week. he wants to, but I'm not sure that his partner or his beloved would be ready for all of that. Okay? Top row, health and wellness and overall energy, overall goings on for the week. Starting off with the Hierophant. Okay. And we have the Eight of Pentacles and the Ten of Wands in reverse. So, overall, And I think, if I remember correctly, the Hierophant was in this position last week. I think. In any case, the Hierophant talks about systems in play, rules, regulations, institutions, and of course, with the card, this card is definitely, it gives you the religious overtone, right? And the Hierophant is interesting because he has this knowledge in this line of sight. He has sort of this sort of has like a doctrine, or, God, I don't want to say belief system, but, just a way about him that when he speaks, others listen. Also the card of Taurus. So some of you might be Taurus or dealing with a Taurus. And it's interesting because in attendance here, I believe in this deck, that figure there, I think is the Empress? And is the Emperor here too? Well, whatever. So whoever this might be representing, there's sort of this idea of power, I feel. And I picked that card up before I introduced all three. So there was like this me first kind of thing. Like a elevated, like above the rest kind of feeling. Like, I'm too good for you guys. Like, that was a little egotistical. So not necessarily too good for you, but like separate from. And if I remember correctly, there was sort of like that feeling of a disconnect or separate from feeling last week, if the Hierophant was in that position last week, I think. And in terms of health and wellness, I think it would be, someone might be believing, which is weird to think that people still do this, but it's the human condition, so we all are prone to do it, or we are liable to do it. You know how in school or in public service announcements they say, herpes doesn't care who you are. It can infect anyone. Like, that's the general rule. I'm not saying that anyone out there is specifically dealing with herpes, but someone might be. But there's this idea that the Hierophant doesn't think, like, is believing, I can't be affected by this. So in terms of health and wellness, it doesn't have to be a sexually transmitted disease or sexually transmitted infection. It could just be, I won't be affected by diabetes. This person may have gone to their doctor. The doctor was like, you're at risk for diabetes. And the Hierophant leaves the office like, no. I don't believe that. Or I'm denying that, but I'm being sort of stubborn about it, and I'm going to make up my own facts, and I'm going to go home and WebMD this, and WebMD says, no, I don't have it, or I might have it, but the percentages are way lower than my doctor reported to me, so I'm going to believe WebMD. Self-diagnosis. And sticking to it, and like, oh no matter what the doctor said, I'm going to do this my way. Is sort of what's going on there. And interestingly, following that, you have the Eight of Pentacles and the Ten of Wands reversed, right? So notice here, and I'm just turning it so that I can hold them both in one hand, but there's this cone of vision over the face of the woman in the Eight of Pentacles card that's similar to that cone of vision coming out of the eye line of the Hierophant, right? So whoever's avoiding the issue, and I think, again, that was like the first and the second week that I've been doing these. This is only the third week. So I think there's like a recurring theme of somebody is ignoring something, somebody is not paying attention to their health, not paying attention to issues of wellness. And now that it's come here this week, there's this spotlight coming down across this woman's face on these Eight Pentacles. So somebody's working hard. Someone is focused on their money, focused on their finances, to the detriment of their health. Like, or in place of their health. You should be watching your diet. You should be going to the gym. You should be making sure your prescriptions are filled and you're taking your medication on time. You should be going to physical therapy, but instead you're clocking more hours at the office. You're making sure that your investments are going the way that you want. You're opening up new accounts. You're closing accounts. You're meeting with your financial advisor. You're doing any and everything except for the stuff that affects your health and wellness. The betterment of your physical body, which is ironic because Pentacles is about physical, not physical. Well, it can be related to physicality in the sense of it's what's here in the 3D, right? It's what's on the earth. Your body is on the earth, but somebody's neglecting their body because they're so focused on their money or so focused on their job. Or in some cases, if you're not really on that, you're focused on other people's money, other people's jobs. Maybe you're volunteering hardcore. Like 2 times a week, you're doing after school programs for kids in rural, wherever you are, because they're underfunded, which is a wonderful cause. Not to say that your focus on work or whoever this is not doing good elsewhere. You could very well be an effective person when you're working all those extra hours at your job. You very well could be online or on track to getting a promotion because you're putting in those extra hours. That could all be true, but if you're not dealing with what's ailing you, I'm not sure how effective that's going to be in the long run. 10 of Wands on the far side of this line. Show it upright. People do use this deck, but just so you can have a perspective of it. I think whoever this is, feels good that they're doing this way. Feels accomplished. 10 of Wands upright would be talking about a burden, would be talking about having this incredible weight or stress or problem weigh down on you. And then 10 of Wands reversed, you don't feel that pressure. You don't feel that anxiety or that pressure, that burden on your shoulders, on your back. And that would be might be a level of self-deception in this, because again, the cone of vision or the line of sight for the Hierophant, I feel, is transferring down into this this 8 of Pentacles, and the Hierophant and the female in this card are just fixated on this. Going back to the Hierophant, the Empress and these 3 other figures here are around the Hierophant, potentially trying to say, hey, Hierophant, hey, did you go see so-and-so? Did you go take care of this and that? Are you making sure you're taking blah, blah, blah at 10 a.m. every day? And the Hierophant's like, I'm going to work and I'm not listening to you. I'm going to stay late, not listening to you. Like, very one-track mind, where that would be a self-deception. Like, I feel good working extra hours. I feel good taking on this conference when I didn't have to, volunteering to go and feed the homeless. I didn't have to, but I feel good doing that. And you should when you're volunteering and you're helping others. And you should feel good if you're getting promotions at work and you're furthering yourself in terms of career. You should feel good. But because this is health and wellness at the top, and it's talking more about your physical wellness, your spiritual wellness, how you take care of your body inside and out, someone is neglecting something and it's not going to serve them. They think it is. This is a deception. They think it is, but it's not. And other people are trying to warn you, but it's not cutting through. It's not puncturing through this little cone that the Hierophant has around themselves, or this little diamond-shaped bubble that the Hierophant is in. And I don't know how long that can be sustained. And maybe it had to be this way because of the Mercury retrograde, because, time, because Pentacles does deal with issues of time and other resources related to our ability to actually get things done. So maybe for the moment, you had to put your health and your wellness on the back burner. And you feel good doing that. Hopefully, coming out into future weeks, we'll see in the readings if this is going to persist, if this is going to continue. But the idea with it, I think, should be to at least put some effort into taking care of your body and your mind, inside and out. All right. All right, let's go ahead and get a goddess guidance oracle card from Doreen Virtue. And just looking for a general message that you can take with us for the week. Fell off out of my hand. I'm going to get that in a second. I'm sure that's not how you say it, but I want to say it's Ayin or Ayin. Leap of faith. Take a risk and put your heart's true desire into action. So, that's definitely hitting for the finances and foundation and career. Somebody wants something new, they're going to take a leap of faith. Beautiful. With love and relationships, maybe this person who's represented by the death card, they need to kind of, a part of decompressing might just be to say F it and take the chance with the King of Wands, or open themselves up to taking that leap of faith with the King of Wands alongside them, getting into that stable home or that stable foundation energy. And with the Hierophant up there, the stubborn Hierophant, no offense if any of you are Tauruses or really resonate with the Hierophant, but taking a leap of faith and sort of breaking away from being so focused on work or so focused on doing that volunteerism, and really putting work on yourself and making sure that, you're taking care of everything that you need to for yourself. All right? Okay, guys, so that's going to be the general readings for this week of April 16th through the 20th. I thank you so much for watching. Please hit the like button. Please subscribe if you feel compelled to. If this has resonated with you at all, I would love to see your comments. And also feel free to share this video if you so desire. Check the About page for contact information if you want a private reading with me, and to check out how to donate to the channel. And I thank you so much for watching. I look forward to seeing you guys when I come and do the weekly for the last week of April. Thanks for watching, everybody. Bye.